Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. We're going into the triple X crypto today, XDC, XLM and XRP, not in that particular order. But before we do that, just a quick reminder to please like this video if you find it informative, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and click that notification bell to make sure you get notified of any of the awesome videos we throw your way. Now we've got that out of the way, let's go into the charts. So without further ado, XDC we're going to start with here. A couple things to note. So we didn't quite get down to our buy opportunity down here, not to say that that is still not possible, because we are in a bearish momentum still, apparently, according to the MACD chart down here. Now we have seen a slight rise in the RSI, so I do anticipate that we might get a bit of a tail off before we start seeing a bit more of an upside movement. But in general, you've got to look at it in a positive manner, right? Because in the 21st July to this point here, it's been absolutely phenomenal growth. Right down here, 0.06, so 6 cents going up to nearly 20 cents on the 21st of August within a month's period, ladies and gentlemen. That is quite a substantial growth. So it's not a surprise where we had a bit of profit taking here. Perhaps people that have been buying at 0.2 cents or so. You've had a tail off here, correction wise, from all the profit taking from this to this area, and then finally a bigger one up here because you've got people from buying in this area and buying in these areas as well from the previous dip. So it's not a problem here. It's good and healthy for the crypto asset in general on the chart. We've had a few really good Zinfin updates in this last month as well, so that has pushed it in a good momentum, including organic growth in the market as well. So we've had the drop off here. We managed to achieve 3 buy points, which we're really pleased with. We went for an ambitious one down here just in case we supported this line here, but in general, what's really important here is we're above this 0.13 to 0.14, almost 0.14 mark as a support line. If we can close above this in the next 24 hours, and bear in mind we've got the Asian market opening at this time of recording in about an hour's time, we might see a bit more of acceleration upwards, potentially a bit more profit taking for those that missed out on these opportunities before we see a steady movement sideways and then an upside movement. But of course can go the other way. As I said on the MACD, we're still in a bearish momentum, which is quite interesting, and that's kind of confirmed here as well, in the sense that we haven't quite matched the sell-off in the last 4 days, albeit that the volume has been in a positive attribution today in the last 24 hours. So we need to see 1 or 2 more green volume sticks here before we can confirm that this MACD switches over, the RSI looks a bit more bullish, and this chart looks a bit more bullish. But we can't complain. We cannot complain considering where we were a month ago to where we are now, and we're already recovering from this 4-day correction. So I'm really interested to see how we go about our business with XDC. If we can close above 15 cents, that is even bigger news, guys, because that means if we can get this level here, we're definitely going to be pushing that 20 cent mark right up here. So I need to adjust the fib retracement perhaps in the next video to conclude more of an approach of where that 20 cent line is and what's our next level of achievement. And I think you're going to love what I come up with. Absolutely. So that kind of wraps up XDC, guys, and hopefully we'll see a bit more of a bullish momentum in the coming days. That leads us on nicely to XRP, part of Ripple, of course, go away. And we again have a similar story right here. So since the 21st July, a very, very good increase to the upside, smashing past all these support lines here as per previous mentions in the chart around here. So again, we couldn't quite get the support level up here at 130. So we have gone back down to test this mark around the 112 situation across this board. Now again, if we can close above here, which it looks like we have, we're now moving into today's chart here. Of course, you're generally going to get a bearish momentum because of this profit taking again, but I anticipate I really do anticipate that we can level off at this support level, and then we'll start uprising, smash through the 130, and then the world is our oysters with XRP. In fact, to that point, it would recommend on this chart that we're pushing up for the 170 mark, not necessarily immediately, but certainly a gradual momentum, as we've seen over this sort of kind of period movement to that level again. Not, of course, quite near still the all-time highs of 180 or so across back here, but we are on our way. Of course, I've just moved and messed up the chart completely there. Oh dear. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We're still in a bearish momentum on the MACD. The volumes are fairly steady. They're not too wavy and not too volatile, which is good to see. The RSI is very much in the middle, not quite as low as it was a few days ago or a couple of days ago. So to me, this would indicate we're moving slowly and surely upwards in that momentum on the RSI. I'm just going to make that bigger so you can see it. So 60 is very respectable, but again, it could still move either way. So just be cautious, guys, on that for sure. So from an accumulation perspective, of course, it's always good to try and obtain XRP, not financial advice, but at various levels, considering what the price will probably be in 5-10 years time, this will be absolutely nothing even at these prices, let alone if you were purchasing them like I was at 12 cents a while back. So this is all good news. It's all part of the correction process and the ability for us to move to the upside as soon as possible. So I'm looking forward to updating you guys on this one. On the weekly, we are 3% down, which is understandable from the profit taking, but look at all that green everywhere else. So I'm not concerned. You shouldn't be concerned. But let's just keep an eye on this, because I do generally believe that we'll start pushing up to that 140. And then, like I said, I think we'll then start momentum towards that 170 odd mark over the next week or so. So that wraps up XRP, guys, and then finally we're left with Stellar Lumens. I said in the previous video, this has been quite a static one, to be honest, and I think that's actually quite a good thing, because we've seen steady growth since 21st July. We've actually gone from 21 cents and we're now floating at 35. So to me, that's a really good increase. And Stellar has been quite quiet, with the exception of the MoneyGram update that we had fairly recently. So that news is out of the way. We're seeing stability in this chart. We're seeing a support level here at around about 134 to 136. If we can close over that in the next 24 hours, again, we could start sideways momentum for a bit and then push up to that 140 and then beyond to the 145. Again, not quite near the full heights we had a few months ago at 73 cents. But trust me, once we start breaking these barriers of 40 and odd, we'll see the odd correction as we have here and here, but we will see a good bullish momentum up, onwards and upwards. And if we can smash through those resistance levels of 70 or 80 cents, which should be happening, to be honest, with an asset like Stellar Lumens, well, the next sort of stages are up towards the $1 mark, which would be absolutely fantastic to achieve and witness in this space. I think we're very fortunate to be here this early, even in all these projects. When you look at these prices back in 5 years, 10 years time, you'll be laughing, honestly. So similar to XDC and XRP, the MACD level is still showing a bearish momentum. The RSI has completely disappeared off my screen. I do not know what is going on today, so I do apologise for that. Oh, maybe it's gone onto this green line. I do not know how that has occurred. All I will say is the RSI was very much bang in the middle of where XRP and XDC were as well. So it's all pretty much a similar story across these crypto assets. On the weekly, we are still showing in the red, in the 6 months red from the previous run and correction that we had a few months ago. So that's understandable, but we're green across the board everywhere else. And like I said, it's very steady momentum, but don't let that fool you. If anything, it shows you, and again, not financial advice, but this is a prime opportunity to bag some XLM at ridiculously low prices, I can assure you. So we'll see how all three of these go. I'll do an update over the weekend if anything critical happens, as always. Otherwise, we will update this probably early next week when we have a really good opportunity to analyze the chart after some potential sideways movement in the next couple of days. So hopefully you guys have found that relatively informative, and I think that kind of wraps this video up, guys. So let us know in the comments below what you think of either of these three assets. Are you holding either of these three, and which one? I think this is a good question. I think I know the answer anyway, but there might be some surprises, you never know. But which one do you think is going to have the biggest percentage growth in 2021? Let me know in the comments below what you think about that, and we'll conclude that when we next see each other in next week's video as to what everyone's consensus is. So we're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Take care, and we'll see you soon.